Look at this funnel diagram. We are watching silicon-speed brains slam into a brick wall of our own making. Right now, AI models are operating at 10 to 50 times the speed of human reasoning. But when we measure actual productivity boosts, we aren't seeing a 50x return. We're seeing maybe double. That gap is because the remaining 48x is swallowed up by the tools we force AI to use. Drop-down menus, login screens, pagination limits. For 50 years, every piece of software on the planet was designed with a single assumption. The user has eyes to scan a screen, hands to type, and a brain that processes information at a biological pace. Dragging hyper-fast autonomous agents through slow, human-built infrastructure causes the entire digital architecture to collapse under the friction. The damage is already accumulating inside major tech companies. It's called dark code. AI coding agents are generating so much software so quickly that it passes automated testing and ships directly to production. The problem is that no human on the payroll actually understands how the code works or what will happen if it breaks. And the rot extends well beyond engineering. Companies are trying to replace middle management with AI world models, software that constantly synthesizes company data to route information and prioritize tasks without a human in the loop. Some tech leaders, like Jack Dorsey, are betting they can solve this oversight problem by feeding the model perfectly clean data, like transaction records. Every purchase is a verified fact. But clean data creates an illusion of flawless judgment. A transaction log might show a sharp dip in revenue, but the system can't tell if that's a massive structural failure or just a predictable seasonal blip. When the software confidently reprioritizes engineering resources to fix a problem that doesn't exist, nobody catches it. The decision quality degrades quietly, completely invisible to the organization. Treating an AI as a flawless manager creates these quiet disasters. You cannot patch over these failures by hoping the models eventually get smarter. The existing software stack has to be torn down and rebuilt. We have to start by establishing strict boundaries before the code even exists. Allowing teams to just throw generated code into production because the AI is fast is a massive corporate liability. The fix is spec-driven development. Human comprehension dictates the architecture before production software is generated. A human writes the strict requirements. The agent continuously writes and tests its output against that blueprint, iterating until the code matches the exact shape of the human constraints. The resulting software must pass through automated comprehension gates, built-in filters asking the exact questions a senior engineer would, ensuring the logic is instantly verifiable. Spec-driven development ensures humans retain legal and practical ownership over a massively expanding, machine-written codebase. But fixing the code is only half the renovation. For AI agents to actually execute work across the internet, they don't need a cleaner UI dashboard. They require an entirely new, invisible operating system. The first new primitive in this stack is sandboxed compute. Agents need isolated, virtual environments where they can safely run code continuously without risking the main servers. Next, they need identity and memory. An agent requires a verifiable protocol so systems recognize it, along with a hybrid data store so it retains context across multiple days and tasks. The final missing piece is orchestration and billing. When you have 5 different agents working on related tasks simultaneously, you need infrastructure that manages conflicts, deploys subagents, and automatically pays for APIs without waiting for a human credit card. The companies building this invisible plumbing are writing the system calls for the new web. Whoever standardizes this orchestration layer will become the AWS of the agent economy. If we build an environment where AI agents can perfectly execute logistics, securely pay for their own APIs, and write their own code, it forces a very uncomfortable question. What exactly is the human management layer supposed to do? The answer relies on a concept called the interpretive boundary. This is the mandatory firewall for world models. Look at this interface split. AI handles factual information, rolling up status and flagging dependencies, but anything involving judgment must stay on the human side. If the architecture surfaces a questionable trend, it must throw a glaring warning flag, explicitly demanding human interpretation. A world model only provides an organizational advantage when the team clearly understands exactly where the machine's competence ends and where human inference has to begin. It is entirely normal to look at an internet being rebuilt to operate at superhuman speeds, stripped of its human interfaces, and feel a deep anxiety about your own professional obsolescence. We are shifting roles. After 50 years as the primary operators of our tools, we are becoming the architects of the systems that run them. Inside this new economy, operational survival requires two distinct roles. First is the tool generalist, the spark who knows exactly which AI workflow to initiate to get a project started. Supporting them is the pipeline builder, the engineer ensuring the brittle, invisible infrastructure routing the agents actually stays online. Then you have the interpersonal anchor, the closer. When an autonomous AI CEO realizes its close rate is dropping, it will hire this person to be the human face of the company, because people will always prefer building trust and doing business with other people. Finally, you have the leadership roles. You need the adult in the room, the governance expert who spots dark code and knows exactly when to slam the brakes on an overconfident system. And above it all sits the creative, the visionary dictating the ultimate standard of taste and polish for the entire experience. The machines are taking over the labor of execution, and they will do it 50 times faster than we ever could. But the ultimate, irreplaceable job of deciding what to execute belongs entirely to you.